The new horizon in European basketball continues in Poland this evening. Game day 2 of the first ever Basketball Champions League sees Polish champion Stelmet Zielona Gora welcome Germany's MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg. Good evening from me, Tim Long, and welcome to Zielona Gora. Game day 2 of this 7.5-month journey as 40 teams from 22 countries compete across 324 games to be crowned champions of the Basketball Champions League. This Group E clash in the regular season pits the Polish champions against one of the top teams from Germany in recent years. Zielona Gora have become the #1 force in Polish basketball, winning back-to-back titles, 3 in the last 4 years, and they will be the favourites in this game, the first game on this list here this evening. Game day 2, Group E, split between the next few hours, and what a competitive Group E it is as well. And these two not really amongst the out-and-out favourites. Zielona Gora maybe will fancy their chances of pushing for a top 4 place. They've won 3 titles in the last 4 years now in Poland. Here we see the group standings, narrow defeats for these two last week on game day 1, both desperate to get their first win on that board. Zielona Gora now competing in one of the top European competitions for the 5th straight year, and so far they've gone unbeaten in the defence of their Polish crown at the start of the new season. Ludwigsburg had their highest finish in the German Bundesliga in 9 years last season, placing 5th in the regular season. Here's a look at the MHP RIESEN roster. Jack Cooley does lead the team in scoring and rebounding in the Bundesliga, although he was fouled out on 5 points, 4 rebounds in just 15 minutes on court last week. They will need a bigger contribution from him tonight. Johannes Thiemann was close to a double-double on game day 1, 10 points and 9 rebounds. And Wes Washburn, another key player, 12 points and a team-high 5 assists last week, although he was only 3 of 7 from the foul line, including 2 misses with 12 seconds to go that perhaps could have won them the game. Here's the home side's roster. James Florence, 22 points in under 20 minutes on court in last week's narrow defeat to Sassari. Nemanja Jurisic was their leading scorer in terms of points and rebounding in the Polish league over the first few games, with just 8 points, 4 rebounds last week in this competition. And Przemysław Zamoyski, the team's second top scorer last week with 10 points, as well as a couple of steals. Some key players on both sides of the court. MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg will also want a bigger contribution from Cal Cotton, the young American guard, who was 0 of 4 from the field last week, scored just 2 points. In the Bundesliga, he's their second top scorer, averaging over 10 a game. MHP RIESEN in 5th place in the Bundesliga again, the same place they finished last season. They are pushing to be higher though. It's just their 3rd ever European campaign this time around. Let's pause now for the introduction of the home team, Zielona Gora. So Gronick, the youngest head coach in the Basketball Champions League, leading this Zielona Gora team. They do have no shortage of experience on court though, the likes of Łukasz Koszarek, Adam Sanyuk, Thomas Kelati, Julian Vaughan. They've also got the youthful exuberance of players like James Florence and Nemanja Jurisic, who I've already talked about, to provide that extra spark, and they go up against an MHP RIESEN roster tonight that is almost entirely changed over the summer, but with coach John Patrick still in place, it's another hugely committed and tenacious bunch that he has put together. The work ethic and fighting spirit epitomised by centre Jack Cooley, who became a fan favourite at Unicaja Malaga last season because of his battling qualities in the paint, even as an undersized centre. The coach has admitted that his team are far from favourites in this group, but he says they'll look to force their unique style onto opponents and make life difficult for every team that they meet in this Group E. Incredibly narrow defeats for both of these teams on game day 1 of the Basketball Champions League. Stelmet Zielona Gora lost by 4 points in Sardinia to Dinamo Sassari, 74-70. A game of very fine margins. It included 12 lead changes and 8 ties. Shooting numbers from the floor were almost identical, but Sassari hit 16 out of 16 free throws. Zielona Gora going 10 of 12, and that was essentially the difference. Zielona won the rebounding battle, but had only 6 assists as a team in the whole game, compared to Sassari's 20. No player had more than 2 assists for coach Gronek's team, and coach John Patrick's team started with an absolute heartbreaker on home court to Partizan last week. They lost by just a single point at the buzzer, 64-65. They shot well from downtown, 35%, hit 8 triples. Although they struggled inside and from the foul line as well, they shot just 39% from 2, compared with Partizan's 50% inside, and they hit just 16 out of 27 from the foul line for just 59%. Even shooting 67% from the foul line would have seen them win that game. Incredibly fine margins indeed on the opening game day for both of these two in the Basketball Champions League. Here we see the starting 5 for the Germans. And I've talked about Cal Cotton, Wes Washburn and Johannes Thiemann as well. David McRae is another player in there, along with another American, Calvin Martin, for the American coach John Patrick, who's been in charge for the past 3 seasons. We'll get a look in a moment at the Stelmet Zielona Gora starting 5, led by coach Artur Gronek, who's achieved incredible things at such a young age on the bench with this team. You can see James Florence, who had that huge game last time out, Julian Vaughn and Armani Moore, 3 Americans in that starting 5, and then the Ukrainian Igor Zaitsev, who was just 1 of 7 from the field last week, and then 1 Pole in the starting 5, Przemysław Zamoyski, who had 10 points as their second top scorer in game 1.
Hands in passing line, do not allow them kick out the ball from the paint. When they will come, we prevent, and we hands up, we prevent the pass. First offense, James 1, Zamoy 2, Mani 3, Igor 4 and 5. First offense, we go on side, point guard. Pass the ball, screen, 5-on-4, open from contact, then turns to the basket. 3 men, you will start from this side, see you here. Come to the ball, make aggressive cut. When he will be open, pass him the ball. Do not force. If nothing, sprint to the corner.
A really good insight into Coach Gronek's pre-match huddle, giving you a courtside seat for this Basketball Champions League second round of games. John Patrick has had his final words with his players as well. Both teams desperate to get what would be for them an historic first win ever in this competition. Wes Washburn there, who missed those 2 foul shots with 12 seconds to go that would have made it a 3-point lead in their defeat to Partizan last week. Partizan then hit a 2-pointer to win it. They would have needed a 3 just to take it into overtime if he'd have made his foul shots. And that's despite having a big game before that point, 12 points and 5 assists. It's the Polish champions here of the last 2 seasons, taking on a team that's made the playoffs in a tough German Bundesliga for the last 3 seasons. 2 teams looking to respond to the disappointment of slender defeats last week to get their first ever Basketball Champions League win. Stelmet Zielona Gora against MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg, live here on game day 2 of Group E in the Basketball Champions League. The home side looking for the first score of this one. The handoff on the outside to Florence, who took a tumble, able to recover it. Still plenty of time left on the shot clock. To the far side it goes. They'll step in. Zaitsev, the pass off to Vaughan, and a foul. Composed play in the end from Zielona Gora after the stumble on the perimeter from Florence. They recomposed, they reset, they went again and found their way towards the basket, and Julian Vaughan finds his way towards the line. 6 rebounds and a block in 25 minutes on court in game day 1. Wasn't really a scorer though. He has been in the Polish league so far, averaged close to 10 points per game. Misses both of his foul shots, so he's still not a scorer here in the Basketball Champions League, although his domestic stats show that he's got it in his locker to do so. Here's Washpun. Stripped to the ball, recovered by Cotton, who fires from mid-range, way off the mark. And the rebound secured by Zielona Gora. Still waiting for our first score here on game day 2 of the Basketball Champions League. Slips away from Zaitsev, but he recovers. They'll fire the 3 now. It's good from James Florence. The man who hit 22 points last week starts the scoring in week 2. Tiemann off to the far side, moved on by Martin. This is Washpun again, across to Martin once more, and there's some contact in the paint. A foul, I think, on Vaughan. First foul of this match goes on Julian Vaughan, the American. Not been the best start from him, missing 2 foul shots, picking up a foul. Try and get themselves on the board here. Awkward looking shot. Just ran into the defense, David McRae. Here comes Zielona Gora. Zamoyski back to Florence. Florence is going to pull up for a long 3. Almost found it. Must have been feeling it after that last one, James Florence. He was 4 of 8 from downtown last week. Here's Martin. Martin into the paint. Back out to the perimeter to McRae. Moved around to Washpun. Movement in the centre from Tiemann. It comes across to the near side instead to Cal Cotton. And he gets Riesen going. A 3 for Cal Cotton, who scores his first field goal of this competition. 0 of 4 last week. Zaitsev. This is Armani Moore, gets away towards the baseline, but the passing lane closed off. And Ludwigsburg able to pick up the ball and run with it with Martin. And he gets fouled as he threw it in. The basket won't count though. Foul on Igor Zaitsev, the 27-year-old Ukrainian. It was called before the shot, so MHP RIESEN will inbound from the far side. The 2 waved away. Losing. Kelvin Martin onto David McRae. Losing, who's come into the game. Across to the far side, they attack towards the baseline, thrown into the hands of Moore though. Zielona Gora have it with Florence. 2 3-point attempts already, hit 1, missed 1. This is Armani Moore able to recover the ball. More to the far side, there's plenty of space to fire for 3, and it's good for Zamoyski. We've had 3 threes at the start of this game. Cotton across to Thiemann, who looks to drive in. Powerful play. Not the defence to the floor. It's recovered though by losing. And they'll fire another three. 6-6. 4 threes in the first 3.5 minutes of this game. James Florence has one of them. Looking to attack again. Zaitsev, Zamoyski. Not this time for Przemysław Zamoyski. David McRae, prodding and probing, able to move it on in towards Thiemann. Thiemann looking to do some damage in the paint. Back out to the outside for another three. Thiemann, the offensive board, flips it up and in with the foul. Johannes Thiemann with the first basket inside, coming after 4 minutes, and he will go to the foul line as well. And it's the second foul on Julian Vaughan, third team foul on Zielona Gora. It's been a good positive start for MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg. Foul shot off the mark, so we're 0 of 3 for both teams combined from the foul line. Remember that MHP RIESEN had their struggles last week in that department. Zamoyski able to split the double team, got away from a third. Zamoyski for three, yes, 3 threes for Zielona Gora. The Polish champions back ahead. Here's Thiemann from mid-range. Nice play from Johannes Thiemann. RIESEN back ahead. Florence across to the far side to Zamoyski. On it goes one further. Chance to attack inside now. Off the mark, wouldn't quite fall for Zaitsev. Vaughan almost grabbed the rebound, but RIESEN come away with it. Looking for the quick offense. The bounce pass was behind Gonzalez and turned over by Chad Topper. A couple of MHP RIESEN players not quite on the same wavelength that time. They have the lead by 1. It's been a really good opening 5 minutes in terms of the flow of this game, the scoring and the proximity of the two teams. All of Zielona Gora's 9 points coming from beyond the arc. There's another attempt, this time James Florence unable to convert, so he's just 1 of 3 from downtown now. Back by Cotton, another 3. It was a long one, it was off the mark from Toppert, and there was a foul underneath as well. And it goes on Jack Cooley. Well, they've recovered the ball on the far side with Juricic. Can't find Florence though on the near side, all a bit scrappy from Zielona Gora on that offense, and here goes Cotton to take advantage. So RIESEN ahead by 3 now. James Florence. And Juricic had the opportunity to go for 3, stepped in for the finger roll. Composed play from Nemanja Juricic. A 3 short. Rebound not secured though. They've got to protect their glass better than that, Zielona Gora. An easy 2 for MHP RIESEN. And the first score of the game for Jack Cooley. James Florence behind the back, steps back for 3. Florence, no. 1 of 4 from downtown now. He's missed his last 3 attempts. There's a battle for the rebound, recovered by Cooley. There's the pressure, brilliant play. Exceptional hustle from Przemysław Zamoyski. Just wasn't able to cling onto the handle on the ball. Really good pressing from Zielona Gora. Just didn't get the slice of good fortune that perhaps that play deserved. So MHP Riesen by 3, 14-11 over Zielona Gora. His team have had 6 points from Zamoyski, hitting 2 from downtown, 3 from Florence, and a couple inside as well from Jurisic. MHP Riesen spreading their scoring around a little more so. Zielona Gora ball here as they look to get back within a point off the inbound pass. It's deflected out of bounds off Toppert. Łukasz Kaczarek will try again. Finds a teammate this time. That's going to be a long 2, and it's right on the money. 1 point game again. Zamoyski again. Really good start for Przemysław Zamoyski. Across to the far side it goes. They work it in towards Tiemann. Tiemann, who's had a positive start as well. Back out to McRae. Nice ball movement. They swing it to the far side. Wide open 3. Would it go down? Another offensive rebound though, and a foul. So once again, Zielona Gora struggling to protect their glass, and MH Riesen making them pay as Johannes Tiemann earns a trip to the foul line. 4th team foul, first on Jurisic, and Tiemann, the 22-year-old German international, goes to the foul line, close to a double-double with 10 points, 9 rebounds last week. He was 6 of 6 from the foul line, en route to those 10 points, 2 of 6 from the field, and able to hit this one. Did miss one to try and convert a 3-point play earlier, but on this trip 2 for 2. And MHP Riesen have their 3-point advantage back. It's a really close first quarter here. Kaczarek. Here's Armani Moore. Now Kaczarek again, trying to get in towards the paint, kicks it back out to Moore for 3. There's been a big series of misses from downtown now. 2 minutes of the first quarter to play. Quick offense from MHP Riesen. Quick 3-point shot. Another one off the mark. Chad Toppert. After we started with 4 3-pointers in this game, both teams starting to struggle in that department now. And Zielona Gora are going to turn the ball over here, so there's a chance for MHP Riesen to extend their lead. And in fact, there's a 5th team foul with 2 minutes of the first quarter to play. Gonzalez, across it goes to Washpun. He's going to pull up for the long 2. Off the mark, rebound grabbed by Zamoyski. Chance to back in and go to work now on the side of the paint. Lost it on the dribble though. Trying to post up, and here come MHP Riesen with McRae, who puts it in off the glass, and they stretch their lead to 5. Krzyzewski up against Washpun. Trying to get towards the foul line. High pass. Good hesitation, but defense didn't really bite. As Jurisic trying to get them up in the air. He just lost his position underneath the backboard and wasn't able to readjust. Things aren't quite clicking for Zielona Gora at the moment, just 13 points in the opening 9 minutes. Here's Washburn as MHP Riesen look to extend their advantage. Cotton, on it goes to Topper, thought about the three. Across to the far side, they'll drive the baseline this time, back out to the perimeter. Cotton, he will fire this time, can't hit. Sharek down court, trying to find a hole in the defense, goes back to Zamoyski. They set the offense this time with Sanyak offering the screen, pass was deflected away. There's a chance to attack quickly, in transition here, McRae off the glass again. So the Ludwigsburg lead stretched to 7 in the first quarter. 7 seconds differential between shot and game clock at the end of the first. Here goes Kasharek, nice crossover, even better pass, and a great finish from Juricic. That's the basket Zielona Gora needed at this stage. Now MHP Riesen can hold for the final shot of the first, with Washburn looking to drive in, flipped it onto his left hand, couldn't quite convert, and that one not away in time. Really good first quarter for MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. They've led by as many as 7. They go in at the first break leading by 5, 20-15 over Stelmet Zielona Gora.
Guys, we're talking about offside. We didn't. We're talking about in-out game. We didn't play that. And this is the key. We have to move the ball from in and out. And after that, we will attack. First of all, slow down. After that, guys, first 3 minutes we were controlling. After that, we were playing individual basketball.
When it goes inside and they dribble, we go. When we did it, they turned it over. Be sharp with that.
Be ready when the ball goes inside, okay? See, guys, it's open. Jab was open 4 times. You didn't shoot it 1 time. See, you come up like this, he's open.
Zielona Gora had a positive start, hit a couple from downtown early on, but MHP Riesen were able to answer back. And they've been able to impose Coach John Patrick's style onto this game by really pressing, hustling their opponents. They've come up with 4 steals. As that Zielona Gora outside shooting started to dry up. And the Poles have been forced into 5 first quarter turnovers. MHP Riesen building off that good defense. Strong at the other end with the likes of Cotton and McRae. Juricic trying his best to keep Zielona Gora in touch. They trail by 5 at the end of the first. So 20-15, the lead for MHP Riesen over Zielona Gora. Start of the second quarter. They're trying to extend that now as they go back to losing. Now a chance for Calvin Martin driving towards the baseline. Tried to find David McRae on the near side, tipped out of bounds. 7 left on the shot clock. To Cal Cotton to inbound the ball. Jack Cooley. Deflected away and knocked away, and the shot clock's going to run all the way out here as the ball is cleared over centre court. Good defence to start the second quarter from Zielona Gora. Thomas Kalati into the game. Shot just 1 of 6. For only 2 points on game day 1. Certainly a player who can produce better than that. Another high post, moves it on. Gruszewski able to knock down the three. Zielona Gora within 2 points. McRae, he thought about the three as well, goes back to Washburn. Now he'll take the three, surely. No, he steps inside, goes for the finger roll, couldn't finish. Rebound Cooley, and he forces it in. Good follow-up play from Jack Cooley, who I talked about at the start of the game, is a player who really will battle in the paint for everything, every loose ball. Kelati trying to bring it over centre court, fouled by David McRae, who chose not to take on that open three-pointer from the corner. He was helped out after the miss by his teammate Cooley. Łukasz Kaszarek ready to inbound for Zielona Gora as they look to make it a single possession game again. Double team drawn as they move it back towards Kaszarek. The free player is over on this side in the form of Kelati from the top of the key. The three off the mark by Gruszewski, who'd hit one just a few moments earlier. Cotton swung to the corner. Calvin Martin trying to play the high pass in towards Cooley, the entrant pass which was difficult to execute. Jack Cooley frustrated he wasn't able to cling on to it. It's a really finely poised matchup between these two at the moment. Zielona Gora trailing by 4, but MHP RIESEN haven't quite been able to get going yet in the second quarter. I just feel like the opportunity is there for the Poles to take the momentum if they're able to put it together. With Kelati, who's in for the start of this second quarter. Now Kaszarek. Kaszarek up against Washburn, trying to get away. Fires it into the paint. Good pass, and the foul from behind on Cotton as Julian Vaughan looked to put it in. Really good pass from Kaszarek and a good cut towards the basket from Vaughan. Second foul on MHP RIESEN in this quarter. Johannes Thiemann was a key player for RIESEN in the first, back in now. And Julian Vaughan is at the foul line, missed a couple right at the start of the game, misses that one as well. He shoots 62% from the field in the Polish league, although struggling from the line. There you see it, 0 of 3 from the foul line, and misses that one as well, so 0 of 4. Zielona Gora as a team weren't too bad last week, 10 of 12. Long three is short, rebound reeled in by Vaughan. A little bit of a dry spell for both teams right now. Kaszarek. Zielona Gora with a chance to get that little bit closer. RIESEN having trailed by 7. Kaszarek high to the far side, just about able to stay in bounds. They bundle their way into the paint with Juricic. Now a chance to turn and play it off the glass from Vaughan, but the defense was tight and tenacious from MHP RIESEN. Despite the best efforts of Nemanja Juricic, Zielona Gora unable to execute the offense they wanted. Six turnovers for the home team, but that was their first of this quarter. After 3 minutes, here's Thiemann back in business, looking to attack straight away. Sets the screen now on the far side. Shot clock's down to 2. They have to put it up here. It's Cotton for 3. Can't get it to go at the buzzer. And there was a foul under the basket as Kelati looked to bring the ball away. And the third team foul on MHP RIESEN. Oh, in fact, I beg your pardon, on Julian Vaughan as an individual foul. The foul goes on Zielona Gora for the first time in this quarter. So Vaughan's going to take a seat now, having just picked up his third. Still a chance for MHP Riesen to score off the glass, knocked away. They'll try and recover. Brilliant hustle play on the baseline. The fans like that one. Łukasz Kaczarek. They're the kind of plays that don't show up on the stat line, but they're invaluable. Kalati. Juricic spins into the paint. Left hand finger roll off the glass, wouldn't go down. Getting away now is Cotton. Tiemann, or Topper rather, thought about the three as Tiemann took up a space in the centre. And again, not quite on the same wavelength as they try and move from the far side to the near side. The second quarter hasn't quite been as free-flowing as the first. We've got a timeout a couple of minutes in.
Wing in the slot. On offense, get skinny. Gotta get skinny. On offense, let's go ahead to the 5 guy and then switch.
Let's go, guys. Just fucking one more pass. We 1, 2, 3. Go, guys, drive. Make them up.
You can see the points in the paint there, 12-4 in favour of MHP Riesen. Zielona Gora doing most of their damage from the outside, but that's why they're behind. They haven't been able to get it to go inside. The team from Ludwigsburg have dominated in that department, and Julian Vaughan has been to the line for 4 foul shots and missed all of them. Zielona Gora trail by 4, 6 minutes of the first half to play. Zaitsev back in the game, now Gruszecki, Kalati. Forward it goes, chance to turn for Juricic, looking to drive in towards the paint, knocked away, and the last touch was off the MHP Riesen player. So with 3 seconds on the shot clock, Zielona Gora able to inbound, but they need something quickly, and Kaczarek is the player who will play the ball in, looking to get Kalati away, gets a good look for 3, off the mark though, rebound grabbed by Cooley. Washburn. There's Cooley in the high post, on it goes to the far side, Cotton, round one further, to Cal Cotton again, out to this near side as he drew the defence, losing, turning into trouble though, shot clock winding right down again, hand in the face, 3 wouldn't fall, and what a good rebound that is for Washburn, right place, right time, and he'll set himself again. 10 seconds to work with. Washburn pulls up for the long 2. Well, both teams really struggling from the field right now after a pretty decent scoring first quarter, particularly for MHP Riesen. Juricic thought about the 3. Thinks again. Kaczarek across the midway point of the second quarter. Łukasz Kaczarek runs into the foul on the far side that goes on either Washburn or Cooley, might have been on either of them. It's going to go on Jack Cooley, which is his third team foul of the second quarter. So it is still 22-18. It's been this score for a few minutes now. A drought for both teams. That's a nice pass, chance to stop the rot, and they will have to earn them from the foul line as Nemanja Juricic drove the baseline. Juricic really disappointed with himself here. He feels that he should have finished. It was nice work from Kalati. The foul is the first on Brad Losing, fourth team foul on Riesen, and Juricic does stop the rot from the foul line and gets Zielona Gora within 3, a chance to add one more. He misses that one. They'll try and battle for the rebound, but it falls into the hands of Washburn. So he struggles from the foul line as a team for Zielona Gora continue, just 1 of 2 that time. Here's Washburn stepping inside towards the edge of the paint, back over to the far side, the outside shot off the mark from Losing, and Zielona Gora have a chance to make it even closer. Drive into the paint, kick back out towards Juricic, who had to recover it. Pass was off the mark. Neither side's offense really running smoothly at the moment. Kalati hangs it up there, short, rebound grabbed by Martin. And there's a foul as Martin looked to get across. MHP Riesen have 4 now. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first half. I don't have the stats in front of me at the moment as to how long this drought is for MHP Riesen, but it's been some time since they've scored. Find a way to find the basket this time around. Tiemann into the paint, puts it on the floor, twisting and turning, trying to find a way through, and he stops the bleeding for the Germans. Kasharek. 5-point Ludwigsburg lead now. Kasharek towards the baseline, back out. They'll set themselves for 3. Zaitsev drives in, good inside-out game as Zaitsev gets in and hangs it up and gets Zielona Gora within 3 again, his first score. To Cal Cotton, took a stumble, able to recover. Tiemann on the high post, across to Cal Cotton it goes again. Tiemann looking to make his move inside, left some room for Martin on the perimeter. He steps in for the long 2 and drains it. Calvin Martin right on the money. 7 points for Martin. Zaitsev onto Kasharek. Final 3 minutes of the half. Forward it goes to Juricic. And Montenegrin looking to post up, drew the double team, back to Kasharek. They swing it across to the free man on the far side, steps inside for the long 2. Good ball movement. Can't make the most of it though. Kalati an offensive rebound and a fresh 14 to work with. Kasharek will take his time. Down to the final seconds of the shot clock now. He drives inside. Nice bounce pass. Oh my! What a jam from Groshetski. Thunderous. What a play for Zielona Gora to lift the fans in Poland. Timeout called for MHP Riesen.
James, Thomas, C, Grupa, Bestia, Nemanja. So, now we got 2 small fouls. First, we go 100 defense. They are tired. This is not easy play. 40 minutes full court press. They cannot play us.
Are you okay? Coach, on that one? Not that one. Sliced into the middle. I had the big here, and my guy was home. So I went with the big. Okay, yeah, we got to get these guys coming over.
Right here. Yeah, I kind of stepped in for a charge, but he threw it. So he was it.
Let's really load up on make him throw it over the top. Okay, David, you're in. And Gonzo and David are in. You stay in, okay? Kelvin, you're at the 4, you're at the 5.
Here we go.
Let's go, guys. Keep playing D. Let's go. Hey, look to run to the side. Look to run 2 side. Defense, 1, 2, 3. Defense. Here we go. You okay, Kelvin? Here we go.
Well, this is the play of the. Well, this is the other end. This is one of the few good plays of the second quarter for MHP Riesen. The only score they've had in a good few minutes from Johannes Tiemann. This is the play of the game so far, the dunk from Grushetski. Only scored 3 points last week, Kruszewski. He's come up with some big plays already in the first half here. And his team, Zielona Gora, back within 3. There's the steal as well on half court. He goes, Kaczmarek spins in the lane. Hesitation, foul and finish. Łukasz Kaczmarek doing a bit of everything. The Zielona Gora comeback continues. I said that it was the play of the game so far from Kruszewski. Well, that just about matched it from Kaczmarek. He can't finish the three-point play though. And again, Zielona Gora really struggling from the foul line. They should be ahead by a few here. And Wes Washburn makes sure that they're not, as he restores a three-point lead for MHP Riesen. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Zamoyski back to Florence, who's come back into the game here, capable of scoring big at any given time. He's looking for the three, steps inside, hangs it up, ran into the defence, just knocked him off balance slightly, and here come MHP Riesen. The foul is going to go on Kaczmarek, or rather on Zamoyski, I beg your pardon. Just under a minute and a half remaining in the first half. It's MHP Riesen of Ludwigsburg by 3 points. And the unsportsmanlike has been called on Przemysław Zamoyski for that hard foul as David McRae looked to get up court quickly. And the timeout called by Zielona Gora.
We go 100 difference. Now this possession of their free throws will go soft. Will go soft. We go soft. See?
Five guy also ready to meet the ball and then bring it up. Kelvin, which side you want to flare to? Okay, then. Bring it up hard on this side of the court. Step up.
Going for the shot.
Just give it to me when I need to run.
Horse down. 1, 2, 3. You will play horse down. Go, Mike. Let's go.
So their team from Germany just about keeping the hosts from Poland at bay. Great to see visiting fans making the trip from country to country. And they're seeing David McRae extend the MHP Riesen lead. It's a lead of 5 points now, a minute and a half remaining in the first half. And they have possession as well after the unsportsmanlike. I beg your pardon, 4 points the lead. Here's Washburn. Moves it across to McRae. Calling for the ball was Thiemann. It goes to Washburn for 3. Yes! MHP Riesen ahead by 7 again. Ties the largest lead of the game. After that Zielona Gora fight back, the Germans have been able to get themselves some breathing room again. Kaczmarek to the far side, back to Jurisic. Nice pass, good adjustment as well towards the basket from Protsaniuk. First score of the night for Adam Protsaniuk. Here's Martin. Now 40 seconds to play in the first half. It's MHP Riesen by 5. Washburn hit the 3 on the last offense for the Germans, and there's a whistle on the play here with Calvin Martin on the ball. It's a foul on Protsaniuk. see it just to the left of your picture, right in front of the camera there. He puts out the left arm and makes contact, clear contact. And Adam Krutsanyuk has given MHP Riesen the opportunity to extend their lead, but we're going to have a timeout first, final seconds of the first half.
Play normal defense, man to man. After that, if they will score, we go press break 5 with guards. Coach Ari will take the ball. In offense, James, you will take the ball. We play end of the quarter.
Kelvin's right here. Kelvin's got the roll. And this other guy needs to sneak up and see if they can throw it all the way over there. Really load up on the ball. Good hit.
Really good adjustment from Washburn that time, and then the 3 from the 23-year-old American guard as well. Getting momentum back on Riesen's side after a mini comeback from Zielona Gora. Home fans were enjoying that fight back, but MHP Riesen have created a little gap again. Now Johannes Thiemann has a chance to extend that 5-point advantage from the foul line. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Thiemann having a promising game so far, 6 points and 6 rebounds. 2 of 4 from the field, now 3 of 4 from the line. Washburn. There's a foul on the perimeter now, and it's an offensive foul against Thiemann this time. So Thiemann picks up his first foul of the game, and Zielona Gora have the ball back with 30 seconds of the half to play. James Florence, who just 1 of 5 from the field so far here this evening. Is he going to try and fire again? He finds the pass out to Juricic for 3 from the corner off the mark, but Florence the offensive rebound. Just 5-second differential between shot and game clock at the end of the first half. Florence holding it for as long as possible, trying to bundle his way through the defense. Juricic won't recover on the baseline, and MHP Riesen will have nearly 8 seconds for the final shot of the half. A disappointing night for James Florence continues. Back in comes Brad Losing. Advance the ball quickly and look to create a good look. They take it on really quick, and from the outside it's good for Losing, who just come back in. Fantastic finish to the first half for MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg, and for Brad Losing, what a way to make an impact coming back in off the bench. He unleashed quickly. It was very close to the arc, but I think they've counted it a 3, and that would be his first score of the game, and it comes almost on the buzzer at the end of the second quarter as MHP Riesen take a 9-point lead over Zielona Gora at half-time. There's a look at these shooting numbers, struggling from downtown. The Germans just 3 of 13, but inside 11 of 20. They have the edge over Zielona Gora, who've only scored 7 baskets inside, and Zielona really struggling with their free throws. That could cost them the way it did MHP Riesen last week. Turnovers, not too much difference now. Only 2 in the second quarter for Zielona Gora after 5 in the first, but still the MHP Riesen lead has been stretched to 9. Zielona Gora did get back within a point or 2, but the Germans able to pull away again, thanks largely to Johannes Thiemann, who's closing in on a potential double-double. 8 points and 6 rebounds for them now. Zamoyski leads the way for Zielona Gora with those 8 points. The Germans have done a better job so far of spreading their scoring around. 8 points for Tiemann, 7 for Martin, and then 3 players on 5, Cotton, McRae and Washburn, as well as 4 for Cooley. Here's a look at some of the highlights from the first half, as I'll take you through the top scorers for Zielona Gora. 8 points for Zamoyski, as we've seen, 5 for Juricic, but then nobody else more than 3. James Florence, just 1 of 5 from the field after going 8 of 15 last week, en route to 22 points. As a team, Zielona Gora are struggling inside. And from the line, how about that statistic? Just 1 of 7 from the foul line for 15%. MHP Riesen, 5 of 7. Those extra 4 points could be hugely significant come the end of this one, but there's still plenty of time for Zielona Gora to find a way back and to find their feet in this game day 2 contest in the Basketball Champions League. I look forward to you joining us for the second half in a few minutes' time. Welcome back to Zielona Gora in Poland on game day 2 of the Basketball Champions League here in Group E. It's the visiting team from Ludwigsburg, Germany, MHP RIESEN, who have a 9-point lead over Stelmet Zielona Gora. The lead has been as many as 12, and they really have performed well through 2 quarters of basketball. MHP RIESEN, despite a big drought over a few minutes in the second quarter when it looked as though Zielona Gora were going to fight back, got within a point or two, although his team have pulled away again to lead by close to double figures as we get ready to start the second half. And John Patrick will be delighted with the performance so far. They've dominated inside, shot 55% from 2, and have won the rebounding battle 25-15 over the first 2 quarters, and that includes 8 on the offensive glass, leading to second chance baskets. Points in the paint, they're ahead 16-12, and they've survived shooting just 29% from downtown. And that's because Artur Gronek's team have shot under 50% inside, only 33% from beyond the arc, and quite terribly just 14% from the foul line. Over the course of the game so far, that's 1 of 7 from the free throw strike.
Our ball starts from press break 4. This will be from half court line. Press break 4, then we go 1 toward. Come on!
Can RIESEN continue their form in the second half? We're about to find out. They won the first quarter by 5, 20-15, ended up winning the second quarter by 7, 19-12, because of that big burst in the final 2 minutes. And they had really struggled to score at the start of the second quarter. There you see the breakdown. It's different to what I have on here. On my stats, 19-12. The graphic there saying 16-12. But still, they have won both quarters of basketball so far. Let's see if Zielona Gora can win one. Start of the second half, they trail by 9. Kasharek. On it goes to the far side to Juricic. Kasharek again. Across to Kalati. Kalati to the far side. Shot clock already down to the final seconds. Risky pass. Zamoyski didn't know that the shot clock was as low as it was. And Zielona Gora start the second half with a shot clock violation. If both players weren't aware that the shot clock was into the final seconds, because the pass was a risky one at that stage of the shot clock. RIESEN have a chance to pops on the foul line and banks it in with the foul. Wes Washburn with another big shot. They had a couple of really big plays in that first half with a 3-pointer and an aggressive attack in the paint, and now he shows his composure from the foul line, waited for the defense to back off, and got a bit of contact as he put it in off the glass. The lead is 11 for MHP RIESEN. Fired in towards the paint, knocked away, almost another turnover. Kalati. Kasharek. Shot clock down to the final few seconds. Kasharek inside, attacking aggressively, and gets contact from Calvin Martin. The graphic saying the foul was on Washburn there. It looked like it was on Martin to me. So that's on Washburn. That's going to be his second foul. First foul shot good for Łukasz Kaczmarek, just the second one that Zielona Gora have converted in the game. And he gets them both, Kaczmarek, so after going 1 of 7 in the first half, 2 of 2, and maybe a change of fortunes in the second half. It's a 9-point game again. Tiemann across to Washburn. Washburn so lively as he moves it across to McRae for 3. Yes, David McRae. So the lead is 12. And they're starting to really feel it now, MHP Riesen, as they search for their first win in this competition. Kalati, Juricic to answer back. Yes, back-to-back threes as Juricic makes it a single-digit game again. McRae looking for 2 in a row himself. Here comes Zielona Gora in transition, and McRae is going to pick up a foul. He was scoreless in 6 minutes last week. David McRae missed both of his field goal attempts. He's had 8 points here this evening, 3 of 6 from the field. And in fact, I'm not sure yet whether they've added that last 3 on, so it could be 11. The lead for MHP Riesen is 9. Kaczmarek. Prodding and probing from the high post. Back it goes. Zamoyski for 3. 2 players running into each other, trying to grab the rebound for Riesen, but they secure it, and that's a fantastic pass from Washburn, and Martin puts the exclamation mark on the assist. He fizzed it in with real authority, Wes Washburn. That was after another really good pass that found McRae for that 3-pointer in the corner. And Riesen are really feeling it as Zielona Gora called timeout.
We have to move. After first speed, somebody has the ball. Call one more time, 5 up, or horse. Because they are playing switch, and we are waiting, and we are losing 5 minutes. Play one more time, no matter if it's switch. One more time, 5 up.
Push up, over and under, really jump to the ball and see if they can make this pass over the top.
Hey, JTF, my fault. He rolled into me because I went under. Then we switched as meter.
Okay, hey, pick up here full court and see if Kalati can bring the ball up the court. See if Zamoyski can bring the ball up. Next time on one side.
Let's go.
Defense, 1, 2, 3. Defense. Hey.
Wes Washburn now has 7 points and 4 assists, but 2 of those assists coming in the last few offensive possessions. And the Zielona Gora fans not looking best pleased at the moment. They're not used to losing on home court. They had a 100% unbeaten record on this court in the Polish League last season, 22-0. They've won their only game here so far in the new season as well. They trail by 11 at the moment, thanks largely to the number 11, Wes Washburn, who just picks up his 3rd foul. They didn't want to have to rest him for too long. He is going to take a seat for now. Kaczmarek. Across it goes to Kalati. Kaczmarek gets it back. He's directing traffic. Juricic. Juricic looking to attack towards the baseline against Martin, and he was fouled. And for Martin, that's going to be his 1st foul. And it's the 4th team foul on Riesen. He's having a good offensive game though. Is Calvin Martin very efficient, 4 of 4 from the field for 9 points and 13 minutes on court. Kaczmarek, they'll fire the 3 and it's good from the high post to scratch the deficit down to 8. losing. On it goes to Cal Cotton. Martin back over to Cotton again. Wants to burst forward into the paint. Got contact and flipped it up and in. The number 3 with a chance at a 3-point play. Well, everybody coming into the game is doing something positive for Riesen right now. Washpun checking out to Cal Cotton in and having an instant impact. Two 23-year-old Americans taking charge in this third quarter for the team from Germany. And to Cal Cotton does complete the 3-point play. 0 of 4 from the field last week for just 2 points. The second top scorer for the team in the Bundesliga in Germany at over 10 points per game, and he's showing that he can bring that game to the Basketball Champions League here this evening as well. 8 points for Cotton. The lead is 11 again. Moved across to Juricic, looking to spin into the lane. Defense sticks tight to him and he can't grab his own rebound. What about the quick 3? Did Chad Topper, but he's 0 of 5 from the field at the moment. Here he is again. The only player who's really struggling with his shooting for Riesen. Hands it off now. This is Gonzalez. Shot clock down to the final 5 seconds. Gonzalez looking to attack. Needs to get the shot away quickly against the double team. Really good defense. And here comes Kalati. 3 on 1 fast break, but it bounces off the shins of Zamoyski and he throws it away. And that rather sums it up for Zielona Gora right now. A big chance in transition that they failed to take. Just couldn't quite reel in the pass and he ran out of room. Martin. And it goes via losing to the far side to Toppert. Brad losing again. Tries to force it across to Martin, just about did. Shot clock to the final 5 seconds again, and he looked to fire it in to Thiemann. And the decision goes against Calvin Martin. And it's a good job for Zielona Gora because Johannes Thiemann was free under the hoop. He must have been called for the travel, or called for the carry rather. Kasharek. Kalati calling for it inside is Zaitsev, who receives it now. Double team comes across to flex the ball out of bounds. So it's still Zielona Gora ball with just 5 seconds left to shoot. Kalati trying to get free. It comes to Kasharek for 3. Short. Rebound grabbed by Zaitsev. He looks to back in against Martin. Back out to the perimeter it goes. Now trying to drive in and hit is Gruszecki. Good play. Gruszecki now with 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field. It's a single-digit game again, and Zielona Gora doing just about enough to keep it close, and they come up with a steal. Now they have a chance for back-to-back field goals and to really start to build some momentum here. Kalati trying to get away, fouled by McRae. And that's going to be foul number 4 on the number 4, which would be a big blow for Riesen. And not only that, but it's the 5th team foul. There's still plenty of time to go in the 3rd. So MHP Riesen reached the foul limit with still almost half of the 3rd quarter to play. And David McRae is forced to take a seat on the bench. One of the key players for Riesen with 8 points, a couple of steals in 17 minutes on court so far. Thomas Kalati, the player at the line, just just 1 of 6 from the field for 2 points on game day 1 in 18.5 minutes on court. Kalati came in the second quarter of this one, and in fact that's his first score of the game. He was 0 of 2 from the field, makes both from the foul line. MHP Riesen by 7, 46-39. It's been as many as 12. So Cal Cotton moves it on. They've got a free man this near side if they swing the ball around. They attack from the far side instead. Squeeze it through to Cooley, who puts it in. Bruschetti moved on towards Krutsanyuk. Kalati trying to make his way under the hoop. Moved on by Kasharek to the far side. The 3 is short, and there's a foul in the paint, an offensive foul. As Takal Cotton is barged to the floor. The foul looks like it's on Adam Krutsanyuk, and that's his 3rd. So a little bit of foul trouble creeping in now for both teams, in particular for David McRae of MHP Riesen, who sits on 4. And they also have Washburn on 3. The home team with Vaughan on 3. And now Krutsanyuk. Cooley moves it on. Cotton for 3. Couldn't get that one to go, but the offensive rebound for Brad Losing, who's made a couple of big plays. The lead is back to 11. James Florence, boy do they need a big scoring contribution from him right now, the way they got last week. Just 1 field goal so far for Florence. Doesn't go his way. Kasharek ran into trouble, got a lucky break, and they get the foul eventually, as the ball ends up in the hands of Julian Vaughan, who's come back in, having been seated on those 3 fouls. It looks like this foul has gone on to Cal Cotton for MHP Riesen. That's his 2nd, and it sends Zielona Gora to the line again. They have improved from the foul line after going just 1 of 7 in the first half. They've hit 4 out of 4 so far here in the 3rd. And a case of the commentator's curse perhaps ends that streak as Kasharek misses the first. He does hit the 2nd though. It's a 10-point game. Washburn, he's in the game on 3 fouls as well, with 3 minutes of the 3rd to play. Losing. And it goes to Jack Cooley, trying to twist and turn and find a route to the rim, and he's going to be called for the travel. Just couldn't get away from the defense, which was watertight. Really good effort from Julian Vaughan on 3 fouls as well. The American with some great inside defense. Here's James Florence, just 1 of 5 from the field. Across to the far side it goes. Florence wants it back again. Calling for it as well was Zaitsev. On by Omani Moore. He gets it back here, a chance to step towards the foul stripe. Shot clock down to the final seconds. He's going to have to put it up here, Florence, and he gets it to rattle around and drop. And that stops the rock for Florence. He'd missed his last 4 shots after making a 3 right at the start of the game. Losing to the foul line, forced back. The 3 is short, the rebound secured by Zielona Gora. They're really looking to push now with Kasharek. Kasharek in towards the foul stripe, pulls up, mid-range, gets contact, and it almost dropped for Łukasz Kasharek. Zielona Gora instead back to the line to earn them, very nearly a chance at a 3-point play. The foul on Losing, quite clear, but how close was this to falling? Second foul on Losing. No shortage of team fouls on Riesen in this 3rd quarter. And that may be by design, given the struggles of Zielona Gora from the line in the first half, that coach John Patrick thinks he'll make the home team earn their comeback from the stripe. And they have certainly found their range from the foul line, so I'm not sure that is something he'll want to continue in the fourth quarter. The 12-point deficit has been halved to 6 now. They've only missed one foul shot in this second half, and now an offensive foul against MHP Riesen. 1 of 7 from the foul line in the first half. It's now 7 of 8 in the third quarter for Zielona Gora. And there's team foul number 8 as Tiemann picks up his second and takes the seat. Offensive foul though, so Zielona Gora inbound the ball. We're into the final 2 minutes of the third. Florence, off it goes to Zamoyski. Zamoyski back to Florence again. Florence is going to get away and fire the long ranger. Short, another miss for him. Here comes Washburn, down court really quick. Open three, defense flying back, did enough, force an air ball, but the rebound recovered by Toppert, and then the foul at the other end this time. Second on Zaitsev, the Ukrainian. Well grabbed by Chad Toppert off the air ball shot from the corner. Jack Cooley, the player that was fouled, goes to the line. Played for Unicaja Malaga last season. A big acquisition for MHP Riesen, who changed just about the whole of their roster over the summer. Jack Cooley now 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 points and 5 rebounds in the space of around 8 minutes on court. Here's Florence. Forward it goes to Armani Moore. Back to Florence again. Square to Zaitsev. Across to the far side. Zaitsev again. Florence, open three, and he nails it. James Florence starting to get going here in the third. After missing 4 in a row, he's hit 2 of his last 3. Toppert. Oh, he stops the rot as well. Chad Toppert had missed his first 5 from the field. Answers back with a 3 for Riesen. And then there's a foul at the other end. What a big shot that was for Toppert after Zielona Gora got it back to 5. He instantly makes it an 8-point game again. And now Zielona Gora are going to be back at the foul strike with Julian Vaughan. Julian Vaughan just 1 of 5 from the line, but making them when it matters. Final minute of the third, 6-point game. It's going to remain close going into the fourth quarter. Losing. On to Cooley. Cooley across to Washburn. Washburn now looking to quicken the offense. Mid-ranger, stopped and popped, but couldn't finish. Cooley an offensive rebound. Able to find a teammate as well, and they get that one to go. Brad Losing popping up on the other side of the court and makes it an 8-point game. He's 4 of 4 inside Losing. Oh, big shot for Zielona Gora from Igor Zaitsev. And it's now a 5-point game. They are slowly but surely weathering away what has been a rather sizable MHP Riesen lead. Washburn to Toppert. Final seconds of the third. In it goes to Cooley. Cooley looking to spin away from the defense and puts it in. Time to get it away, and it wasn't too far away from almost full court. But MHP Riesen just about keeping the home side Zielona Gora at bay here on game day 2 of the Basketball Champions League. At the end of 3, they lead by 7, 59 to 52. We saw all the game statistics there as we heard from the 2 respective coaches. It's a fascinating contest that still maybe has Zielona Gora come back in it, despite the good play of MHP Riesen holding off the challenge of the Polish champions for now. Really good play from Wes Washburn there with a couple of nice assists at the start of the 3rd quarter before getting himself in foul trouble. Just looking at the numbers, the rebounding battle has been key. There's 11 offensive boards to 4 in favour of the Germans, who lead the overall rebounding battle by 11. And those offensive boards, combined with a few other factors, have led to 9 extra shots in the game. And they are shooting a slightly better percentage from the field. Zielona Gora have recovered their really poor foul shot shooting from the first half, and actually have hit more from the foul line now than Riesen, but Riesen still have the lead because of those extra shots from the field. Quick 3 is right on the money from Chad Topper. Missed his first 5 in the game, now hits 2 in a row. What a lightning fast start to the 4th quarter for Riesen. They lead by 10 again, and then the turnover, and a foul as Cotton grabbed the ball. Disastrous start for Zielona Gora. Not what they wanted, especially with Julian Vaughan picking up his 4th foul as well inside the opening 30 seconds of the 4th quarter. Miscommunication there of the inbound pass, and Cal Cotton got a really lucky break. There go MHP Riesen trying to extend their 10-point lead. Topper, who's hit his last 2 shots from the outside, losing, is going to fire the 3. Big commanding rebound for Zielona Gora from Armani Moore. Moore looking to find a gap in the defence here, battling away, bumping away with Cooley, turns and finishes. Nice soft touch from Moore. First score of the game for Armani Moore. And the lead is 8 points for his team as they close in on their first ever win in the Basketball Champions League. It's their 3rd ever European campaign. Now a chance to make it a double-digit lead again. Losing, across it goes to Topper, threatened the 3, goes across to the number 3. Cotton, spin move in towards the paint, and he's fouled. The foul is on Armani Moore. Quick play from Cal Cotton, who has really shown what he can do at this level tonight after a really disappointing debut in the competition last week. He's got a chance to move to double figures here this evening now. .4 points, 2.4 assists and 1 steal per game in the German Bundesliga so far this season. He's shooting over 50% inside and nearly 50% from three. He misses from the foul line though after that big build-up. He had hit his only previous attempt from the line this evening. Nine-point for Cotton, and it's a 9-point lead for MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg. Zamoyski. James Florence, who started to fire in the third quarter after a difficult first half. Moves it on to Julian Vaughan. Nice pass. Juricic trying to adjust under the basket, gets contact. So Zielona Gora at the foul line as Tiemann picks up his third foul. Zielona Gora 1 of 7 from the foul line in the first quarter, and then 9 of 10, well 1 of 7 rather in the first half, not the first quarter, and then 9 of 10 in the third quarter as RIESEN hit the foul limit very early on. Juricic misses, grabs his own rebound, and he's fouled. So that one not a shooting foul, and they will inbound the ball. He was hit right across the shoulder by Chad Toppert. Kevin Martin comes back into the game. He's had an impact so far. Florence getting free, finding a really nice pass, and that's a good adjustment under the basket from Moore. It's a 6-point game again. Washburn steps back, off the crossover, can't hit the three. Rebound grabbed by Vaughan. A chance for Zielona Gora to really start their big push. It bypasses Moore, Juricic, Florence, in towards Juricic. Trying to get away from Martin, back out to Florence, shot clock at 5, the three, short, and the rebound touched into the path of Vaughan, but here comes Cotton and he's tripped on half court. Wide open three for Zielona Gora to try and halve the deficit and get within touching distance. They almost recovered the rebound as well, but Cotton able to burst away and got fouled. Third team foul on Zielona Gora inside of 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, and we've got a timeout with the lead at 6. Chad Toppert has joined the Basketball Champions League party here in the second half after going 0 of 5 from the field in the first half. Hit a couple of big shots in the second. Zielona Gora doing their very best to try and stay within touch. Have found a bit of a fight back from 12 down and now trail by 6. It might have been 3 had they made a wide open 3 just a few moments ago. Washburn. 63-57, the lead for MHP RIESEN. Cotton thought about the 3, thinks again, on to Martin. to Cal Cotton, looking to drive inside this time. Drew the defence out to Washburn, steps in for the long two. Can't get it, offensive board, grabbed by Tiemann, and the decision goes the other way. The foul, I think, is on Calvin Martin. In fact, it's on Tiemann by the looks of it, which means it's his fourth. Martin seemed the player most aggrieved with the decision. Here's Florence. Across to the far side it goes as they look to attack into the paint now. There was no room to play the pass, and it's deflected out of bounds. 5 seconds on the shot clock. So Tiemann out of the game now on those 4 fouls for Riesen, who lead by 6 with 6.5 minutes to play. It's been a really well-balanced offensive performance from the Germans. 6 players between 8 and 10 points. Eight players between 6 and 10. 3 off the mark, right to the end of the shot clock. They'll battle for the rebound, but Washburn comes away with it. Able to find Cotton for 3. Yes! To Cal Cotton with a big blow to Zielona Gora. 12 points in the game for him as he knocks down his second triple. Florence driving and scoring, that's what he can do. James Florence, they need more of that from him in the final 6 minutes. Just 1 of 5 from the field in the first half. Oh, a breakdown in the defence and a big dunk for Cotton, who's taking charge. Cotton just 188, 6'2", able to go with the emphatic finish, and the MHP Riesen lead is 9. Rutsanyuk looking to go to work on Cooley. Cotton comes across on defence and kicks the ball out of bounds. Florence, by the way, is 3 of 5 in the second half after 1 of 5 in the first. The Zielona Gora number 0, who scored 22 points last week. There goes Juricic. Juricic twisting, turning, mini hook, good. Had Calvin Martin on toast. Seven-point deficit. Here's McRae. Back in the game on 4 fouls, the number 4, for the final 5 minutes. McRae across to Washburn. On it goes to Martin now. Steps back for the 3. Well short as it clipped the bottom of the net. Here goes Florence again, trying to find a way through. Heavy touch though, and he ran into a horde of defenders. 3 on 2, fast break. The touch won't go down for Martin. He grabs the ball, still can't put it in. And Juricic, in the end, eventually secures the rebound for Zielona Gora. Now can they profit from that? From the far side, they attack. Moving around the perimeter. Steps in, Kasharek, back out for 3, yes! Big basket for the Polish champions. The 12-point Riesen lead has been cut to 4. Just to rub salt in those potential Riesen wounds that might just be opening up. Jack Cooley is down hurt, battling away under the hoop. Difficult to tell what happened to the American. In fact, it's Brad Losing who's down hurt. I thought it was the number 45, it's the number 35. So Cooley remains on court for now. 4 minutes of the game to play. 4-point MHP Riesen lead. Washburn turns away. It's Topper for three. Long three wouldn't go down. Cooley, the offensive rebound again. Battles his way inside and scores. And look what it means to Jack Cooley. MHP Riesen showing their fighting spirit again. Cooley is 5 of 5 and has 12 points. Kasharek, 3.5 to play. Shot clock all the way down to the final 5 seconds. High screen, knocked away though. Kasharek dribbled the ball away. Quarterback pass down court to McRae, but he couldn't handle it on the baseline. Big opportunity blown for Ludwigsburg to extend the lead again. The lead is 6 points with 3 minutes and 21 seconds to play. Kasharek. Still plenty of time for Zielona Gora. The fans didn't like Cooley grabbing the net as the ball's deflected behind the baseline. Look at the rebounding numbers in favour of MHP Riesen. That's been a key part of why they have this lead, although the gap has closed slightly. But in terms of the offensive rebounding, just 6 so far for Zielona Gora, and 14 for the visitors now. And those second chance opportunities have led to a significant number of points. Kasharek wide open is Juricic for three, got it! Halves the deficit to 3. Topper, 17 points now for Juricic. He's 3 of 4 from downtown. Washburn looking to spot a gap and drive into it. Instead just ran into traffic. A chance for Zielona Gora to get themselves within 1. Driving inside is Florence, and the ball knocked away. Was there contact as well? Yes, there was. And it's on Washburn. Washburn just getting a talking to from his coach, and we are going to have a timeout. And it's looking like a blockbuster finish in Poland.
Twice in a row, we throw it ahead. The clock is in our favor, okay? Kelvin. Yeah, they're coming with the turnout here. We gotta get out. Kelvin, you got Chad here? We have got to get our hands up outside, and when they drive in, cover the basket, okay? Hey, let's get out of it.
We go 100 defense with 5 men. Igor, you will go, but you will only faint in this 30 forward, I think it is. If he is going down, you will go here and you will sprint back. Nemi, you will prevent this long pass. Yeah, you are last because 4 men will come here. They are pressing break with 5 men. You will bring here.
Remember, incredibly tight defeats for both of these two clubs on the opening game day of the Basketball Champions League. Zielona Gora losing by just 4 in Sardinia to Dynamo Sassari, and MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg losing at the buzzer on home court against Partizan. Which one of these two is going to get their first ever win in this competition? It's the Germans who have the edge at the moment. The home fans, young and old, willing their team back into this game. They've closed a 12-point gap at one stage in the first half, down to just 3. Big foul shots, and James Florence makes the first. This one will make it just a 1-point game with 2.5 minutes to play. Florence now has 12 points after a really difficult first half. 9 of those points have come in the second. Washburn being stuck to so tightly by Florence. This is McRae playing on 4 fouls. Now Cooley back to McRae again, and there's a whistle on the play for a foul, I think, on Igor Zaitsev. It is the 4th foul on Zaitsev, who joins a long list of players in danger of dropping out. 2 minutes and change remaining. To the corner it goes. 7 seconds to shoot. Washburn, offensive foul, goes against Jack Cooley. And now, from 12 down, Stelmet Zielona Gora will have the chance to take the lead. 3rd foul on Cooley, and the fans have really got going in Poland. Kasharek into the final 2 minutes. Zielona Gora have the wind in their sails. And it goes to Zaitsev, back out to the perimeter. Kalati, they'll set themselves again. Final 5 seconds of the shot clock. Bounce pass off the baseline. Big dunk, Juricic. And the Polish push is complete. From 12 down, the home team lead. 90 seconds to play. Bottom. Back out to Martin. He steps in towards the paint. Adjusts in mid. Can't hit. Trying to secure the rebound. Somehow picking himself back up off the deck. Martin was able to grab it. An attack from the far side this time with McRae. And a foul again on Zaitsev. 73 seconds to play. One of these two teams is going to suffer heartbreak for the 2nd week in a row in the Basketball Champions League. 4th foul now on Zaitsev. Both teams have hit the foul limit. And clutch free throws for David McRae. He misses the first. McRae stuck on 8 points. 3 of 7 from the field, now 1 of 3 from the line. And make it just 1 of 4 as he misses both of them. Well, missed free throws cost MHP Riesen dearly last week. It looks as though they could do again. Kasharek moves it on. Zaitsev into the final minute now. Kalati into the paint. Back out. Juricic. Kalati again. Final 5 seconds of the shot clock once more. Juricic on the turn, off the mark, picked up by Kasharek. Can't put it in somehow. A big break for MHP Riesen. Washburn, can they get themselves ahead with Calvin Martin? Remember, they lost at the buzzer by just a point last week. McRae driving, bundling his way into the paint, hung it up there, wouldn't fall. Kasharek the rebound. Just 7 seconds differential between shot and game clock at the end of the game. Game day 2 of the Basketball Champions League. Another fantastically close encounter. Kasharek will hold it for as long as possible to leave MHP Riesen with little time to respond. They'll try the 3. Zaitsev off the mark. Offensive board though. And they've got a foul now, surely. MHP Riesen, there it is from Wes Washburn. Big offensive rebound. It's the Germans who have had the better of the battle on the boards for the vast majority, but that was a key rebound from the Polish champions. It stopped the opportunity for MHP Riesen to have 7 or 8 seconds to score, and it forces Zielona Gora to the line Will it be a 2 or a 3 that Riesen need in the final 8.2 seconds? Well, that's a big miss from James Florence. Now it's a case of, will they need a 2 for a tie, a 3 for a win, or even a 2 for a win if he misses this one? And Florence puts it in, so Zielona Gora lead by 2. 8.2 seconds to play, and the time out called. We've got another blockbuster finish here in the Basketball Champions League.
Get yourself to the corner. Yeah, look. So Chad, come in for Kelvin.
Chad, come in for Kelvin. We're going to go. We have the ball over there. Right? Gonzo, you're here. Okay. Kelly, you're taking it out here. We have Chad here down here. I want Brad.
Will be sprint, come close, and then box him out, start, and then from here we go switch. Every back screen, we switch. No.
Talked about foul shots costing MHP Riesen last week. They were 16 of 27 from the line for just 59%. It's been a similar story here. 60% from the line, 9 of 15. And in both games, that could prove the difference. Fine margins indeed. It's Zielona Gora from 12 down, who lead by 2 with 8.2 seconds to play. And MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg need a conversion here. Will it be a 2 for the tie or a 3 for the win? This is what it's all about at this top level of European basketball. To Cal Cotton, the inbound pass. They need to try and create a look here off the back of the timeout. Final 5 seconds, knocked away. Cotton, there's no escaping the defense. He just has to force it up. It's recovered, but off the mark. And it's an historic first ever Basketball Champions League win for the Polish champions, Zielona Gora. They fought and they fought in the second half. From 12 down, they take it by 2, 72-70. Big effort in the second half. They won the final quarter by 9 points, 20-11. Heartbreak for MHP Riesen and for John Patrick again for the second week running in this competition. They lost at the buzzer on home court against Partizan last week, and they lose by failing to hit the final shot at the buzzer this week. You can see a breakdown of the numbers. They won the rebounding battle, although that gap closed in the second half as Zielona Gora were able to recover on the boards. And turnovers, 2 more, potentially costly for MHP Riesen, despite having twice as many steals. But the free throw shooting numbers will haunt them again. 60% mark for the second week running as they lose it, this time by 2 points after losing last week by 1 point. Juricic leading the way in the end in terms of all scorers in the game. 19 points as well as 6 rebounds, 7 assists for Kasharek. Big performance from him, facilitating the offense. Washburn had 7 for MHP Riesen. But those 19 points from Juricic, including big baskets down the stretch. He was 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown, including the go-ahead dunk late in the fourth. Look at some of the highlights from this fantastic roller coaster ride of a Basketball Champions League game. David McRae having a good game, Washburn a good game as well, but two players who struggled to deal with foul trouble. And we're in and out in the second half. It was a really good start for MHP Riesen, as they won the first 2 quarters, fouled just short in the third, and then got blown away in the fourth. Leading scorers for Zielona Gora, 19 for Jurisic, 13 for Florence in the end after just 3 in the first half, and 11 for Zamoyski. It's been a pleasure having your company once again here in the Basketball Champions League. A historic first win for Zielona Gora. They take it by 2 over MHP Riesen, 72-70. We'll see you next time.